Yo, 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 how's it going everyone? It's MyTyme here. This is MyNBA2K16. Welcome to another episode, and today we are looking at the new event, which is a Road to the Championship, okay? Now I'm going to very quickly run through the rewards. Now I haven't played much of this, and I'm going to explain why in just a moment. But we have a Bill Lambert for your rares. We have a Julius Erving for your super rares. We have a Michael Jordan for your ultra rares. We have a Magic Johnson for your epic, and then you've got the Larry Bird and the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the legendaries. Now Kareem is a legend of the game. What is this picture from? Is that 85? From the 85 team, I think. Yeah, he's outscored Michael Jordan. Now I don't watch a lot of NBA these days, to be honest with you. I enjoyed NBA when I was younger, and the Bulls were the team I supported as a kid, or that I enjoyed back in the days when you had like Grant and Pippen and Rodman, all those kind of things, so early 90s. And yeah, he's a decent card. He's there's one problem with these. If you notice, all these rewards are Throwback Thursday rewards, so I'm not sure, what use they're going to be. I mean, and if you ask me, what do you mean? Well, you're not going to get these cards in the auction house, okay? Because they're rewards, as you probably know. Anything you get from a reward, like here, an event card, anything like that you get for playing events, you can't sell in the auction house, okay? You can only sell cards which you pull or you get from packs. So any card you get as a reward, you can't sell. And then any card you also buy in the auction house, you then can't sell afterwards back. So if you, say for example, got to the Magic Johnson here and you got him as a single, the only way you're going to be able to pro him, unless you're buying Throwback Thursday packs and you happen to get Magic Johnson, is if you use wild cards. So is it worth using your wild cards on these cards? If you like the person, maybe. If they're one of your favourite people, maybe. But otherwise, I don't think I'll be using wild cards on ultra rare and epic cards, because they're not going to have the longevity in my exhibition deck. Although they will for a while in the Road to the Championship. That's what we're going to come to in a moment. If I click on Quick Game, what I have done is I have trained up people enough and put myself just into legendary. Okay, this is important because I'm going to show you why in a moment. So I'm technically now in legendary tier in my Quick Game team. That doesn't mean I'm going to play a game here. I'm going to go to Road to Championship and I'm going to play a match. So this is my lineup. I am focusing on the centre and the small forward role. So my best cards, I've got more people in the centre position that are my stronger cards. I've got 2 Epic Pros and the Chris Bosh single legendary over there. So it makes sense to put my strongest cards in that position, because I've got the most people playing in position there. And then I look for the second position that I have most people playing in, and it seemed to work out that the small forward was just as good as any. So those 2 positions are taking most of my pros and my stronger cards, and then in the other positions I'm just putting people in where they can fit in to being in position, and there's a couple that obviously isn't. Now the reason why I do that is because you're going to play 4 quarters with 5 cards in each. Now it will pick 1 card randomly from each of your positions. So by putting all my strong cards in 1 position or in 2 positions, I'm guaranteed to then get 1 of those 5 cards in those positions each match. So the idea is that I shouldn't have a team full of all my weakest cards or a team full of all my strongest cards, because what you need to do is just win the quarter. So you play your 4 matches, you play your 1 double match and your 3 singles match. So you've just got to try and win 1 of the singles and the double, or all 3 singles. That's your aim for each quarter. So by doing this tactic, I'm hoping that I can either A, win the doubled match if it's towards the end of the quarter, or B, win the doubles match straight off the bat, and then that will help me to think. If I can't, and once it gets harder, what I would do is, if the double team comes up first, I throw in my 2 weakest cards, hoping that the opponent that uses its 2 strongest cards, and then I will try and win the last 3 solo matches. That's the plan, obviously, as the games get harder. Now, currently, playing through against super rare decks, then you don't have to think. But I've never played a Road to the Championship through too far, but this is what I would do if, in theory, I'd see one player, I'd throw out one of my weaker cards here, and I'd expect the opponent to potentially win. Okay, then we would come 2 players. I'd now try and use my 2 strongest cards, using the small forward and centre position, try and win this one. Hopefully I would win it. Then it would mean I just need to try and win one of the last 2 games, so I sacrificed the weaker of my 2 people in the 4th quarter, and then the 3rd quarter, and then I try and win the 4th quarter with the last card. So basically the same kind of tactic that I use in exhibition, except for in exhibition I've purposely got in weaker cards to keep my deck in a certain tier, and to improve the likelihood of me winning, because my overall team points are kept lower as a result of me using in cards that I have no intention of actually winning with. But here it's different, you've got to use your best cards. So we're just going to play through, and I'm going to show you why being in legendary tier was important, because currently I am in, I believe it is ultra rare on my season mode. So this is where I need to get some more pros. I'm actually now starting to save up any super rare pros that I've got a duplicate of. I'm keeping hold of, because if I can pull a couple of them, if I get 4, I'll make them into a pro using my rookie contracts. Unless this starts to get pretty difficult, I'm not going to use any veteran contracts on super rare cards. And you know, the same thing will happen with ultra rare. If I get duplicates in the ultra rare tier, then I will pro them up, because they'll be useful for when it comes to the Road to the Championship. Because at the moment I've got no chance of getting the top cards, because my deck is too hard to do, and I'm not really gonna use them. Okay, so this is the board. I've got my picks, and as you say, it says I'm in ultra rare plus. So if I take my picks in 3 picks time, I'm gonna maximum, I have a board reset. But if I pull an ultra rare, it's gonna reset my top tier counter, and that will start again. So hypothetically, let's just say every 40 board picks you get an ultra rare card, roughly. Okay, so you go rare, super rare, super rare, ultra rare. Once you hit that ultra rare, it resets, and within the next 40, roughly on average, you should have another ultra rare pick. Now if I get that now, it resets, and that means my legendary tier is going to be reset as well, because the game takes this as being my top tier at the moment. So what I do is I've saved my picks, as you can see, 27 picks, and I'm going to go into exhibition, play an exhibition match, and then whatever the outcome of that, I'm going to take my picks off of the legendary board, not off of the ultra rare board. Now I haven't got a legendary pool yet, so it's going to be on camera. You're going to see what legendary card I get, but you're going to also see that why you keep the picks back, because you want to take your picks off your best possible board, not off of your Road to Glory board. Now if you are, say for example, in legendary in exhibition and legendary in your Road to the Championship, then fine, you can take your picks here still. But for people like myself, where the rest of your deck, your cards aren't good enough to keep your deck in your exhibition tier, then you need to do this if you want to keep yourself without ruining your, without ruining your pools. Now the only way you can really do it, but the easy way to do it, is you have to close out the program, completely close it down, come back in, and then it will be back at the home page, and you go back in, you do your next Road to Championship match, and you keep repeating this until you've got some saved up, like 40 or 50. Then you go play your exhibition match, and you start pulling all your cards. So I'm going to segue out here. I'll be back in a moment for the exhibition match. Okay, welcome back everyone. I hope that kind of made sense. I'm back in the game now, reloaded back in, and as you will see shortly, I will still have those 27 picks. So what I'm going to do, once it eventually loads up, is go in now to the quick game and pick a match. So doesn't really matter who I play, we can still play to try and win, but I'm going to play now to take my picks. And the idea is that I'm now, as you saw at the top, I'm in a legendary tier, so I'm going to have the legendary boards, the legendary symbols on the cards that I pick from, and I'm going to be able to get myself a legendary a legendary card, and then potentially, you know, another legendary pull straight afterwards or later on in this event. Whereas if I was doing it in the ultra rare one, the best pull I could get is an ultra rare. Now I could still get an ultra rare pull off this board. No, not this board, because it's going to be my first legendary pull, but the second board I could get an ultra rare card, but it won't reset my top tier counter. That's the difference. It's not going to reduce the chance of me getting an ultra rare pull. It's just going to stop me from having that top tier reset. So that's the reason why you come here. Now there are other ways you can do it. Now you can also leave yourself one card short of the maximum cards. So you train or sell a card away, so you've got, say for example, 149 out of 150. You go and play the game, because then it will allow you to play the game. Then when you come back out, you'll have to take one pull, and then it'll say you've taken too many. So then the other 6 pulls will be saved for you. And you go back, train one card away, go back into it, do it again. You'll play, you'll get your first pull, then it will say you've reached your full cards, and you have to click OK. And then you've got 6 pulls saved again. But that will obviously mean that one of the 7 pulls you're going to have to do each time if you're getting a perfect game. So you still do run that risk of, you know, picking a card that will reset your board. Although obviously it's far, far less likely than if you used all 7 picks. That's if you don't want to keep having to exit the game, close it down and restart it. So whichever's better. Anyway, let's see what legendary card I get. I'm going to use all these picks for the sake of it. It's going to be the last one. I don't really know what I want. Something position would be good, to be fair. SG. Okay, DeMarcus Cousins. Now, I'm not too sure what is classed as a good card and a bad card, because I haven't tallied up all the points for people. But if we tally them up, so that's 4, 8, 12, 16. So 1652, 1698... 1702, 1732, 17, is that 1762 then? I think it's 1762. So I'm going to guess, I don't have any other single legendaries to compare him to, but his stats look reasonably balanced. It looks like quite a well balanced card. Obviously the defense is his key attribute for this one. If you were going to boost him, I guess you could make him an all-round card. You could boost his playmaking and rebound him. But overall, yeah, I'm good. The only bad thing is he's another centre. I don't really need a centre. So he will go straight into the King of the Ring in a moment. Well, King of the Ring, what's it called? Road to the Championship, sorry. So he'll go into the centre and we'll probably move someone else out. But as you can see here, I'm using the remainder of my picks on this board, just in case I'm lucky enough to get another legendary or even an epic. You know, I can't get an epic card if it's a ultra rare maximum picked board. So you save up your picks, you come and you use them, and then you go back and you repeat the process. So you play, rinse, pick, repeat. So there we go, the Marcus Cousins is there. So now what happens for me is I come back. He doesn't necessarily have to make it into my team at the moment, but what I will do is I will start to train him, because he will help me in my road to the championship. It won't help me a massive amount, don't worry. I'm not naive. I'm not saying this is going to now mean that I can get a legendary card. But as you see here, we have a power forward here who can... Okay, so what we do is we change you for your small forward. We now take... Is there anyone who's basically weaker than a... not really. This is one of the weaker cards. I'm gonna leave this one here because he's in position. So David West will stay. So I'm terrible. So basically, I'm gonna swap out for There we go. So now I have a point guard here, which is obviously playing out of position because he's a stronger person. So he's playing out of position for that reason. I'm going to stop doing this because I don't actually want to click on him. It keeps doing that, and even with the bonus, there's nobody else who will come in here and outdo him. That's a small forward, so he'll play in there for that reason. And obviously, if he was a centre, I'd have probably put him into the centre role. But there we go. So that's the deck I'm going to be using for now. That was my pool. I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to be playing through, stocking up my pools. If I happen to get anything epic or legendary wise throughout the rest of this road to championship, I'll let you all know. But good luck. You know, good luck on the grind. See what you're going to go for. I'm only going to play this basically just for the pools and stuff, and maybe 1 or 2 of these cards. Don't really have any intention of going for the top rewards. I'm not going to get them yet. My deck's not good enough. I'll wait for the next Rivals Clash and see how we're going from there. Anyway, good luck with your games. Let me know what you think, what you're going for, and if you've got any questions or can offer me any tips, please feel free. I'm always ears. Anyway, thank you for watching. Look after yourself.